Hi all, today let's discuss the poem Political Science by Thett. So he is a UK based writer and he wrote poems both in English and Burmese language. So in this poem, the word political science the term means that the study of politics or the study of government. This is what the poet is doing here in the poem. He is trying to expose the government of his country. So let's see the poem. And this poem, it explores the political oppression and how this oppression, political oppression, affects the people of the country. How the government manipulates the people. These are all the main themes in the poem. A tongue that demands water, water, water is chapped from tonguing the thick lips of a totalitarian ashtray, which means that the tongue of the people of the nation who suffers under totalitarian government has been chapped. Their lips are so dry. Their tongue or their lips, they demands water. The suffering of people under this regime can be seen in these lines. They need water. The people, the citizens need water. They need some kind of a relief. They are forced to lick the totalitarian ashtray or the totalitarian regime, the government. They want a relief. So they are thirsty for water, for relief, for the solutions, for the issues that they are facing right now. You may find life in a bombshell. There is no water in ash. They redress their national internal bleeding with quacky tincture. There's no cure for national internal bleeding. To tame the tsunami, they whip the ocean with a knout. The ocean doesn't bother. So here the poet says that it is impossible to find life in bombshell and water in ash. Like this, there is no solution for the internal bleeding or the internal issues that is happening in this country. But the government is trying to use tincture or ointments to cure the pain or to cure the internal bleeding or the internal issues that are going on in the country, which is a futile attempt. So they are not actually doing what has to be done. They are using these futile attempts. They are attempting to cure the bigger issues with some silly things that they believe, or that they don't believe that these attempts are going to solve the issues of the people. They just want to manipulate the people by making them believe that the government is doing something. And to tame the tsunami, again, tsunami of issues that are going on in the country. It is useless to whip the ocean to tame the tsunami, or the ocean cannot be controlled. The ocean of problems that are going in the country cannot be controlled or tamed by these silly methods that the government use. The government is doing useless things instead of finding a true solution. It shows the ineffectiveness of the government. So just like trying to use tincture and ointment to solve the issue of internal bleeding, and like whipping the ocean with a knout to tame the tsunami, actions of the government are actually futile. They are not trying to actually control these problems. They are actually trying to make the people believe that they are with them. The government is manipulating the people. That's what the poet tries to say. Now, the next stanza. On this land, their slogan goes, there's no corpse who died from starvation, infants who were force-fed that shrunk into skin-on-bones carcasses. So the government denies the fact that deaths due to starvation happens in the country, and it is a fact. starvation is happening in the country, but the government is denying it. The infants are suffering from force feeding and malnutrition, and the kids are actually shrinking like carcasses, but the government is denying all this. It is their propaganda, it is their slogan, and the poet is using sarcasm here to bring into light what the government is doing there. Drought makes you think, thieve, and thrive. So drought here means the drought of the resources, the lack of resources. It makes them, the people, to think, then to thieve. They steal and then they thrive. How this lack of resources make these people think, thieve, and then thrive somehow, is what the poet is saying. So drought makes them think, thieve, and thrive. Drought means drought of resources. Moderation is medicine, excess poison. Lectures a baton blow on a citizen. So the government says that moderation is medicine. We should use everything in moderation. The resources that we have should be used in moderation, and excess is poison. That is what the government is trying to teach, or they are giving lectures like this to the citizens by or by beating them. So they are using a baton to suppress the citizens and are trying to lecture them when they ask for resources. Some of us love flexural history, others may do with bitter rainwater. So through these lines, the poet is conveying that some people appreciates the manipulated or the twisted history, while others accept the reality. The bitter rainwater is actually the reality in which they are living. So some appreciates or they believes the twisted history of the nation, but some actually understands the reality and they have accepted the reality and they are living. So the demands of the people are ignored by the government, and they are manipulated by silly, futile, make-believe solutions for the issues happening in the country. So this is the poem.